Well, Ilan, delighted to kickstart a first week of new faces arriving at Goldenton Road to announce your arrival to Bedford Blues. Just first of all, can you just talk us through, I'm guessing, excitement at joining the club for next season?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Obviously, it's a new opportunity for me, and I've never played in England before. We've had a couple of pre-season games against Coley, but that's the most experience I've had. And then obviously seeing how well Bedford have done this season, it's an opportunity that I can't say no to, really. Um,
Never played in England before. However, it's a path well trodden between the Welsh Prem or Super Rugby Cymru as it's called now and the English Championship or Champ Rugby as it's now called. Everything seems to be going through a rebrand at the moment. Um,
yeah,
you've even got players in the current RGC squad. Billy McBride would have done it. Your 10 played for Doncaster and all those kind of things. Have you been leaning on players to learn about what the championship is about?
yeah, definitely. I've spoke to Billy a lot, and the experiences I've kind of taught through him in a way, in a weird way. Obviously, he's said how competitive it is and how physical and everything like that. So I'm just looking forward really to experience that.
And we were talking off camera, you may never have met him, but your inclusion to the senior side came because Bedford took a player from RGC. So it's kind of, it is a path well trodden. It's something, we can talk about Robin as much as we want. He wins Coaches Player of the Year, highly thought of. That's kind of a pathway that you'll be trying to follow, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen the success he's had over in Bedford and what he did in RGC. So hopefully I can follow his footsteps.
Talk to us about, you've been playing five recently. The sort of things I've been hearing from coaches and all those kind of things is that you're quite keen in the line out and calling and all those kind of things. What sort of player are Bedford Blues fans going to get with your arrival?
Well, firstly, I'm just going to give 100% to the club. They can't expect any less than that from me, really. I'm going to give it my all. But like you said with the line out, I like to think of myself as a line out specialist in a way. That's my strongest part of my game. Been calling the line out in RGC throughout my career there, and I think it's just something I can not bring to Bedford because obviously you've got fantastic second rows there as it is, but just to learn more from them and give my part in the line out.
It is quite an exciting second row faction next season. It's got a mixture of youth and experience, which I think is always good in all positions. How much do you know about the club before arriving here?
I've spoken to past players and I've only heard great things about the club. I know the history. I know you've always been like a top four championship side, and obviously finishing second last season is incredible. And you got the likes of Alex there in the second row as well. He's hugely experienced lock, so I'm just really looking forward to learn from Alex and the other second rows that you've got there.
As you say, we did finish second last year. It's obviously not to put any pressure on you, but kind of new faces will always have that feeling of, well, how do I make the team better? How do you view next season? Because there is a case to say that you've got some great players to learn from, but obviously, as every player does, you'll be targeting getting in the team somehow, week in, week out.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm going to Bedford to hopefully get some game time, so it'll be healthy competition. Um, but obviously it's going to be hard. Pre-season starting quite early, so I'm going to have to work hard there to hopefully earn my place in the starting 15.
If you need anything to get on with, Wolfie, when you arrive at Bedford, you've both gone to Australia last year and experienced those kind of things. What talk to me about why players, particularly in recent years, and we've got players doing it this year and all those kind of things. Why is the Southern Hemisphere so attractive to try and improve your rugby performance?
I think it's just different, really. Like you'd associate Northern Hemisphere with set piece and structure, and then when I went over to Australia, it was more open play, fast paced rugby, which is something Bedford's about. Um, But yeah, like you said, a lot of people go over there because firstly it's Australia. It's a great place to live, but the rugby is just very entertaining, and you get like a different aspect of the game there, really.
And you talk about entertainment. That's something you're going to be tasked with. Bedford is renowned for being a team that gets people off their seat and all those kind of things. What, in terms of Gaunton Road, 3,000 fans likely to come through the turnstiles every week. That's exciting for players and something I guess you want to put your mark on here at home.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I just want to get settled quickly in Bedford, then I can hopefully perform for the club and the fans. Really, obviously, they come for entertainment, so hopefully we can give them that.
Do you think, from what you've learned and know about the club already, next season is going to be exciting? More teams in it, playoffs, all those kind of things. It's something that Super Rugby Cymru has had this season. I know you were involved in it in the sort of early stages of that playoff process. Um, it's something we're going to be targeting as a club. Just talk to us about, from a player's perspective, how important are playoffs and how much did you enjoy it last season? Even if you were only involved, I think it was only one game involved in the process, but for players, it's exciting to get involved in.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the stakes are so much higher. You either win or you go home in a way. So it's all to play for. And obviously, if you can't perform on the day or something doesn't go right, the other team's going to capitalize on that, score, then you just on the back foot straight away. So it's very fine margins in playoffs compared to league. So it's just that excitement, really, of obviously winning or going home.
And let's just talk to conclude. We've got 2 weeks left on our season ticket prices. You're the first new face. You'll probably know some of the other players that are coming in, but maybe can't speak about them because they haven't been announced just yet. But talk to us about next season from a Golden Road perspective. What you know, it's going to be a tough one, but we're going to try and get there. Your thoughts as to how the squad's turning out, and yeah, maybe a special message to our supporters going into next season, just to finish.
Obviously, you've got a lot of the last season squad there, and they're obviously a very good squad to finish second as champ. So I think the new faces, myself as well, we're going to learn so much from them, and just to be in a winning environment, it's just a truly incredible experience and something I'm really looking forward to. And in terms of the fans, I'm just truly honoured to get this opportunity to play for such a great club, really. And I'm going to give it my all and hopefully entertain you.